Hey guys, this is a all cooler tip video on a Audi Q5. How old's the car? It's a 2013. So the oil cooler bolts are hollow, they're aluminium, they're not magnetic, and they are a T45. All those three things create problems. So they're meant to be replaced. When you drop them, you can't get them easily, but I'll tell you how. And when you install them, it's a little bit more difficult. So you're going to need a quarter drive T45 or an equivalent mix and match of tools. Okay, but the issue is you're not going to get... where is it? Sorry guys, I'm really tired. I've already done one of these and it wasn't good. So anyway, you're not going to get a little 10 like that onto one of these, okay, and clear it from the casting on the block. So I'm just going to show you the oil cooler first. It's over here. It sits like that in the vehicle in this position. And the bolts we're talking about is this bolt up here and the one over there. So to get them out, not a big deal. You clear the knock sensor or remove it. And as long as you've got a bit of wobble here, it makes it a lot easier, right? And I'll just show you where we're talking about. Ah, there it is. So there's the top bolt there. You can see it in the middle of your screen now, just under that QR code to check in for COVID with the car. Very funny. So you get your, you might want to disconnect the battery on these. I normally cover them up. There's the alternator there. The cover's just fallen off just a few minutes ago. And you can see here, there's a bolt there. Okay. That's not a T45, guys. That's a T30 for a different bolt, but it's just an example. Now, you can see over here, where is it there? The casting of the block is coming out there, so I'm going to put my finger in there to just show you how little clearance you've got there. Okay, I can't get it on screen. There's the bolt right there near the QR code. See the shiny thing here? So when you drop the bolts, if you do, you can get your hand under the cooler to push them across, or a fine screwdriver or something. If you're going to put any sealants on your cooler, which is not really done, but you might have imperfections you're not happy with in the new cooler, make sure you stick the gasket, which I chucked out from the first video, the oil cooler gasket. Make sure you're going to stick it back with a bit of Perma Grey or Permatex Ultra Grey, because if you're going to put, for example, Hylamar aviation sealant on this, it's going to pull the gasket off. Now, secure those two bolts. Right, so secure these two bolts. On a lot of cars you wouldn't be able to do it, but it's a German car, so it's engineered quite finely. You secure those bolts, and you do not want that cooler swinging left and right and in and out, or you are going to possibly knock your gasket out or pinch it. Now, just quickly off to the other part of this job. So what we're doing with that rag is we're draining coolant out of the car, which just goes on forever. Normally these are up, right? But just as another part of this job, see this knock sensor? If you're going to drop it down underneath and put the water pump on, not good. So you might want to put a, we often use service labels or a red zip tie. You might want to zip it up, make a note, make a, checklist. You do want to have that through there. You do at all costs avoid be pulling this cooler in and out. They're one-use bolts, okay? For the torque, look them up online. And that's as far as I'm going to go. I'm not going to go into the water pump, cleaning the valves, and be careful of the rubbers in all the connectors and all of that. The only other thing I'll mention on this car, which took me by surprise, I've put it somewhere. Oh no, it's over here. Sorry. So this guy's fuel line was vulcanized to the fuel rail. You don't want to be. See, this car's got direct import. You don't want to be putting excessive stress on this. That's a cap I've used, but see this? I can just imagine them breaking. Usually I take it off here only, not here, but the back one. Okay. See? Usually you take it off there and it comes off. On this car, the hose was deteriorated and vulcanized, so here's a new hose for $94 plus GST. Obviously, close the oil filter opening or put the oil filter back in. You remove that to manipulate the manifold out. It doesn't need to remain out. And that's basically the oil cooler job. Yeah, just hollow bolts, non-magnetic, T45, really slender tools. Okay, this is a little bit of what I was looking for before. So you can mix and match. The tools can get bigger once you clear the block past the knock sensor, but otherwise you're going to be wanting to use quarter drive tools to get in there like I showed you. Oh, here it is here, it's in my hand. Anyway, hope that helps. Also, to clear the sludge, I have great success with this, but a lot of people use dishwashing detergent, even in the trade. That's probably just, dishwashing detergent. Dishwasher cleaner. So people use dishwasher cleaner finish. This is very well priced and is extremely effective. I did a 330 that was just a disaster, like way worse than this Audi, and this did the trick. So that's about oil and coolant mixing here because of the oil cooler. Okay. Depending on your case, you're going to want to be replacing these hoses and bottles, and there's plenty of information about that, I'm sure, online. This about those bolts and the tools. So I hope that helps. Avoid using sealant on this surface if you don't need to, but even if you don't and you muck around getting this in, you can easily pinch and drop or put that gasket in the wrong place. So you might want to glue that gasket down with little tiny dots of this Permatex, and that's it. Thanks, guys. Bye.